My name is Heun. I'm a consultant psychiatrist and editor of Global Psychiatry Archives. And today I would like to talk about a story which could be fake, but it isn't, or it might be. Anyway, I'm talking about Munchhausen by proxy. Munchausen by proxy is a disease where a second person fakes a disorder of another person to benefit. The benefit might be psychological, and it's very common that parents maybe affect the child, give them too little food to go to the doctors and tell them that they don't grow, and they might give them not enough drink, or drink that makes them vomit, and then they might have the benefit of being seen as very extra caring. Right, also in Alzheimer's disease and dementia happens. But anyway, so it's not just a completely fake story, because this Earl von Munchhausen was a real person, born in 1720 in Lower Saxony, in Bodenwerder. He went with his prince Ulrich to Russia, and was then fighting in the war against the Turks. So he came up, when he came home after the war, he was known to tell fancy stories. One is about the fact that he wanted to explore a castle, and for that he was riding on a bullet from the Russians, and it doesn't matter which one from, but anyway, he was even saying that he was going over the castle, which he wanted to explore or spy on, and got there, and then for the way back took a Turkish cannonball to come back. He was telling us other stories where he pulled himself out of the water and out of mud by pulling his hair. So he got himself out by pulling his own hair, which got himself and his horse out. Another very famous story, which partially is part of German reading, school reading. So another story is that he threw his axe and threw it so far that it ended up in the moon. Anyway, so coming back to medicine, Munchausen is more or less what we would say fake today, and parents might fake diseases in their children to get benefit. A more modern version would be that parents are telling stories that the child has ADHD or ASD and autism spectrum disorder, and they might benefit by by the children getting extra benefit, or children getting extra care, and sometimes it's also very much psychological. Anyway, so that's Munchausen by proxy. In dementia care, that might be seen sometimes when family members exaggerate the disease of the patient. So they would then say they can't do this, can't do that, or they don't let them in and overnight and tell the story that they have been running away. So that can possibly give some extra benefit, or loss of whatever, or the avoidance of council tax, because people with dementia don't have to pay that. So there might be some benefit, but sometimes it's not just the financial benefit, it's also the benefit of attention and benefit of self-embellishment. So that's Munchausen by proxy, a factitious disorder where harm is done to another person and the benefit then goes back to the original person which causes the disaster. On the other hand, it's one of the most important point is to protect the victim and to make sure that the victim can live in safety. Right, that's for me for today, and I see you tomorrow with another story about a mental health problem. Yeah, and the other thing I would like to say, I've seen patients where family did this exaggeration of diseases by embellishing their own achievements and support. And they were usually quite kind people to the doctors, but possibly not to the patient who was suffering. Okay, thanks, and have a nice day.